Welcome to another Whiteboard Wednesday. This is Attilio again representing Hone Marketing, and today I'm gonna be kind of convincing you on totally ditching the idea of B2B and B2C and the separation between the two. We're kind of moving into this era of P2P. Really, this just stands for person to person, right? It might sound a little strange at first because everyone knows the B2B buyer experience and the B2C buyer experience is definitely different. It definitely has its differences and its quirks and who you look out for, and then how you end up demoing or presenting your product and service and then bringing them through their sales, the sales process. So in a B2B world, generally what you're looking for is you start with this filter, right? You can't work with everybody unless you're selling maybe bubble gum or something. So you can't work with everybody. There's usually some kind of criteria that people have to meet before you can draw them into your B2B sales funnel. And usually it starts with something like industry specific items. Then you move down to specific companies that you want to sell to, as well as position and titles that you like to look for. So for example, Hone likes to work for beauty and hair salon niches, as well as like maybe custom shops. So there's a different niche or a different industry, as well as certain level product sales, like certain revenue levels for their actual sales of the product. And if it's a good product, then we could probably work with them. So that's sort of our industry level. Our company, we have certain companies that we work with within those industries. So within the custom car manufacturers, we like really working with Line X franchises, right? So that's a specific company inside of that custom car section. Then position and titles, we always look for owners or people in charge of marketing. So marketing directors, CMOs, that kind of thing. Even sales directors or revenue operations people. So those are generally the position titles that we look for. And then we find the specific name of the person. And by presenting those details, we can just build out a quick and easy list of our targets, and we can figure out how to get those targets. And we're very specific, you know, within one industry, one company, one position and title. And when we find these names, we're looking at only a list of about 400 people, right? And it makes us so that we can say we're experts on this subject, we're experts at the topic, and we can crush that B2B sale. Similarly, B2C usually starts with what's the pain or the solution that my product solves or my service solves for these people. Then you usually have some kind of location barrier or some kind of restriction as to where you can sell, as well as the demographic and the behavior of those people. So if you're selling something like cleaning products, and you maybe have an area that you can reach with those cleaning products. So you have an area that you serve. Maybe you have like a county that you serve. Then you have to find the behavior of the people that really like buying from you, or even the demographic. Demographic's a little older of a targeting method, because now we can target by behavior in the online era. So behavior and intent is just too powerful. So that's how you really want to start targeting for B2C. And then you just find those names. Or find a specific trend, or find something that maybe you can even relate to with that person. So maybe you have all these behavior trends, like they are golf enthusiasts who make purchases online. They'd probably make a great customer for me if I'm selling golf clubs. So that's generally the B2C experience. So now that we're sort of moving into this new era that's sort of really changing this B2C buyer experience with like chatbots and having constant contact with the people who are interested in your products or services, people are just expecting, you know, upwards of 70 to 80% of people are just expecting a better and a stronger presence for their B2C experience, and that directly correlates to their B2B buyer experience. So we found a stat by who was it?
IBM.
By IBM that said 80% of B2B buyers want a B2C experience. So literally, this B2C experience, you know, when you're clicking around on Amazon and you have this Amazon buyer to consumer experience, people literally want that to transfer to the B2B buyer experience. And similarly, this B2C buyer experience needs to get way stronger. So And it's just frankly because of the new technology that's out, what we can do with buyers now, what we can do as a consumer now. If I'm having trouble buying something on someone's site, I can usually just go to the bottom right-hand corner and talk to a salesperson right away, and they'll help advise me into the correct direction, right? So all of that correlates to one P2P experience. And usually it'll start with, what is the pain or solution that you're solving? And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put the filter on here, right? We don't want everybody. What's the pain or the solution that you're gonna be solving? What industry are you looking for? Or are you looking for a specific industry of people? So if you're doing B2C and you're looking for an industry, there's probably some kind of demographics that matches with these top 3 items, right? Or top 2 items here in industry and location. And then it'll just correlate to this like location and demographic and behavior, right? So this is kind of like the skew for you. So you have this industry, location, and then company, if someone's working for a specific company. So maybe even if you're selling bubblegum, you can say, you know what, for some reason, people who love bubblegum, they work for the MLB. And so I really like targeting MLB people because they just love bubblegum and they just take it home with them. I sold it to the entire stadium and I'm selling it to the individuals in the stadium. So it works similarly, right? B2C can usually happen in bulk, and you can usually be a B2B seller as well. Then you just bring this whole skew together with your behavior or your behaviors or your specific titles for your targeting, and then you always end up with that name, right? You're always looking for a specific person. And in that way, you can literally get a list of 1,200 people. And you start with just one line. You start with one line through here, and then you develop multiple lines through here. So for us, if I just wanted to start with one niche for home marketing, you'd start with the niche of custom car shops, right? And that's just one line through here, and we just hit all of these and we collect names for all of these. And then for the beauty and hair salon niche, you know, that's just another line through here, and we just collect the names and the perfect customers for us. If we wanted to target the next niche, which would be maybe people who sell high-end steamers or high-end even kitchen cutlery or anything that's a high-priced service, as an industry, we can start drilling that down and narrow it down to get that perfect list of names. So with that being said, the changing buyer experience, it's all moving to P2P, baby. So meet us there. Thanks for sticking around for another Whiteboard Wednesday. I hope you got some value out of this. And take it easy. Thanks.